This your boy LeekGotFilms, man. We here with a Cruise Town legend, man. Introduce yourself, man.
You already know what it is, man. Quitty King, man. Y'all know what it is.
Right, man. It's well known that you're a legend in town, man. Tell the people what you got going, what's been going on with you, start to finish, man. Tell the people about yourself.
Man, you already know, man. I've been doing this for a long time, man. I almost got 20 years straight.
Boy, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's my word, man. It's been
Still going, still dropping fire.
It's been since probably about I'll say 06 when I really first came out with my first official mixtape, man. And I ain't really stopped up until now, man. And it's a lot more coming, so y'all know what it is, man.
For sure. What inspires you to rap, though? What made you want to start rapping?
Really, I always tell people, one of my cousin Tron, back when I was probably like 8, 9 years old, they was rapping, him and Thump and all of them.
Okay.
They was all like, they was always like around the family and all that. They was always just doing that, and I was looking up to my cousin Tron more than anything, really. So that's what really got me started.
Okay, and how old was you?
I had to be about 8, 9.
8, 9?
Yeah, I probably wrote my first rap when I was about 9.
So when you started taking it serious, though?
I'll say probably like 12, 13 maybe.
12, 13?
Yeah.
Okay, it's totally different nowadays than when it was now. Like, what was it like rapping back then and trying to get people to listen to your music and how it is now? Like, everybody got access to a phone, all these social media accounts. Like,
it's totally different from
like, what's the
advantage
that you had back then, and then what's the advantage that you got now? And what was the disadvantage back then?
I think back then it was like, I think for me, it wasn't really about trying to be famous or trying to make it really. We never really even thought about it like that. My whole thing was to get people in the neighborhood to like me and stuff like that. It was just to get like approval from the people around you, your friends, the neighborhood, and everybody like that. That's what it really was about. So now, I think a lot of these kids, it's a lot more rappers and just artists, period, because everybody's trying to get on and trying to just. A lot of people is like just doing it for clout right now.
Yeah, so definitely, like, what would you say? Put it like this.
What I'll say about though, the advantage, it's a lot more advantages now. I'll say because just because of social media, I think, and I don't think you don't have to be as talented nowadays as you had to be back then. It's like back then you really had to have bars, and you really had to be if you rapping about street stuff, you really had to be living that type of life.
Yeah.
Now on the internet you could create who you are, and people ain't going, if you got a following.
That was my next question for you. Like, how you feel about, because you at the heat of your prime, you end up getting locked up. How many years you get locked up for?
Yeah, I was down for 2.5 years.
2.5 years.
Yeah, it was like, even back then when I was 19 when I got locked up, but I just really started to think to myself like, oh, this is something that I really want to do. Like, I really want to make a career out of this. We used to just do it because we had fun with it, and it was just for the neighborhood. So.
Yeah, so for the next, I'm sorry to cut you off, but while we on this topic, for the people who really live what they rapped about, and there wasn't no flagging or none of that, whatever you want to call it, like, how do you feel when you see rappers nowadays that they ain't cut from the same cloth you and your people was cut from, and the real ones, even though ones that's not even from your side of town or whatever the case may be, real people, real niggas, period. Like, how you feel when they paint that picture for themselves and the internet believe it, and they ain't really standing on business how they say it.
For me, it's hard for me to accept, because it's like I had to put in so much work. I mean, in the studio and in the streets, that was just us though. You really had to live that life, or people wasn't gonna respect you. So it was to accept. A lot of these dudes now, it's like I really can't do it, but if you say something, you hating. So
Yeah.
you really, it's like a lose-lose if you say something about it. So yeah, I just try to just stay in my own lane, honestly, man. I definitely would never accept the fraud, though. All of the cat rap and all that. That'd never be something I'll be able to accept.